What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Uba's Trending Gist. If you've ever flown through the old international terminal at the Lagos Murtala Muhammed Airport, you know the feeling, the heat, the crowd, the chaos. It's not exactly the best first impression of Nigeria. Well, it seems like a major, and I mean major, change is finally on the horizon. The Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, just announced that the Federal Executive Council has approved a complete top-to-bottom renovation of the old Terminal 1. But is this just another government promise? How much will it cost? And what does it really mean for you and for Nigeria's economy? We are about to break it all down. First, let's hear from the minister himself. So sit back and take a watch.
Through the Renewed Hope Infrastructure Development Fund, a number of projects were approved for the aviation sector today. One is the rehabilitation, upgrade, and modernization of the International Terminal 1 in Lagos. Before, I'd given you a hint that this was coming. In my previous various interviews, I'd given you a hint that this was coming, but today was a formal approval by council. And so that old airport you see there, the old Lagos airports, Murtala Muhammed International Airport, we have decided to strip it down for total rehabilitation. So this is not the patchwork we used to do before, where we just do some patchwork in some sections and all of that. The total rehabilitation will mean, just for transparency, to let the public know that we are going to strip it down to only the carcass and then do the complete M&E again, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, everything, to have a brand new airport in Lagos, solely funded by the Renewed Hope Infrastructure Development Fund. That contract has been awarded to CCECC that also constructed the new Terminal B, Terminal 2 there in Lagos. Now, for also Terminal 2, we're also going to touch it too. That is what the new Chinese terminal there. And that would mean building apron, the expansion of Terminal 2 building apron, including the construction of access road and bridges and other associated works at the Murtala Muhammed International Airport. So this is a happy news, and the completion period is 22 months. 22 months. And the total cost will come up to 712 billion, 258,565,482 naira 18 kobo for all of this rehabilitation of the Lagos airport. Now, another project again under the Renewed Hope Infrastructure Development Fund is the rehabilitation of runway 0624, 0523. That's virtually the two runways in Kano, and taxiway with upgrade of airfield ground lighting system of Malam Aminu Kano International Airport. And we are also going to improve the landing aid there to Cat 2 LED. Cat 2 LED, if you understand what Cat 2 is, category 2. The type of light you see in at the Kano airport there. Sometimes you can see that during the hazy season, the Harmattan, sometimes flights to some parts of the country that have the Harmattan haze, they will be cancelling flights or delaying flights for the haze to clear. But with the navigational aids we are bringing to Malam Aminu Kano Cat 2, you can land even in very hazy weather. You can land at Aminu Kano. So Mr. President decided to turn his attention to there to fully upgrade the landing system, taxiway, and the runways of Malam Aminu Kano International Airport. That is for 24 weeks, and that will cost 46 billion, 392 million, 454,624 naira and 4 kobo. The other.
All right, you heard it right there. Minister Festus Keyamo announcing a massive 712 billion naira project to strip the old Lagos airport down to its carcass and completely rebuild it. He's talking about a brand new airport, not just the usual patchwork. Now, on the surface, this is a fantastic news. Let's be honest, the old terminal has for decades been a national embarrassment. It is the first handshake the country gives to international visitors and investors, and for too long, that handshake has been sweaty and weak. A modern, efficient airport can boost tourism, attract foreign investment, and most importantly, reduce the stress for every single Nigerian traveling. This is a no-brainer. The fact that it's being funded by the new Renewed Hope Infrastructure Fund is also significant. This suggests it's a priority project for this administration, designed to bypass some of the usual bureaucratic delays that kills good ideas. But, as always, the devil is in the details, and we have to look at it with a critical but balanced eye. First, the cost. Is 712 billion naira too much? Well, let's put it into perspective. I did some research. I'm building a brand new modern international terminal from scratch, one similar in size to what is being proposed, could cost anywhere from 2 to 4 trillion naira. So, renovating for 712 billion naira, while a huge sum, is actually more financially prudent move than starting over. It is a strategic investment. Secondly, and this is the big one, execution. The minister promised a 22-month timeline. For a project this massive, stripping a building to its frame and rebuilding all its mechanical, electrical, and plumbing system. That is incredibly ambitious. Nigeria has a graveyard of beautiful announced projects that got lost in delays and corruption. The success of this hinges entirely on transparency and holding the contractor CCECC to a strict non-negotiable deadline. Third, the disruption. The minister didn't talk about the massive disruption this will cause for travelers. Renovating a major terminal is not a quiet process. There will be noise, dust, and rerouting. How will the airport authority manage passengers' flow to minimize the chaos? We need to see a clear public-facing plan for this. And finally, this classic Nigerian problem, maintenance. We can build the most beautiful airport in the world, but if we don't have a rock-solid, well-funded plan to maintain it, in 5 years, we'll be right back where we started, with broken toilets and falling ACs. A maintenance culture must be built into this project from day one. So my final take, this initiative is desperately needed and has the potential to be a genuine game changer for Nigeria's economy and international image. It is a bold and necessary step. However, its success depends entirely on three things: transparent execution, a clear plan to manage disruption, and a long-term commitment to maintenance. We will be watching this project very, very closely. What do you guys think? Do you believe this will finally get done right? Are you optimistic? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And that's your trending gist for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next breakdown. This is Oba signing off.